c'est l'heure de la jeunesse. Suivons la voie de la sagesse qui nous appelle, qui nous invite à l'union.
Fellow Cameroonians, I'm Jacques Bouhga Hagbe, a Cameroonian economist and candidate in the upcoming presidential election in October 2025 in Cameroon. In this video message, I'll continue to share my proposals on the institutions of our country, Cameroon. I focus in this message on two concepts of Cameroonian citizenship that I will introduce if I'm elected, namely Cameroonian overseas citizenship and Cameroonian national citizenship. The history of Cameroon and that of Black Africa in general is painful. Millions of Africans were uprooted from their land and dehumanized to be exploited outside their ancestral African homeland, and their descendants were completely cut off from their homeland. I believe that these Africans should be able to return to the land of their ancestors with a reasonable form of African citizenship. In another video message, I propose the establishment of a Black People's Organization that will collect and manage the reparations that former slave-owning countries will have to pay to Africa. In this video message, I propose a form of legal reparation that African countries will have to establish by creating a form of citizenship for Black people in the diaspora. I think that Cameroon will have to recognize all of its children in this context, including those in the diaspora. The Cameroonian Constitution will require the Cameroonian state to grant the status of overseas Cameroonian citizen to anyone who can demonstrate Cameroonian ancestry and request this status. The state will have to enter into partnerships with laboratories to certify the Cameroonian ancestry of people from the African diaspora who apply for Cameroonian overseas citizenship. The law will determine the rules governing this demonstration and the framework within which the Cameroonian state will accept or reject any application for this status. The state will also have to take into account traditional African knowledge to confirm the Cameroonian ancestry of Africans in the diaspora who will apply for Cameroonian overseas citizenship. To do this, the state will have to work with the National Council of Ethnocultural Tradition, which I talk about in another video message, to establish clear procedures for identifying the Cameroonian ancestors of applicants for Cameroonian overseas citizenship. Cameroonian overseas citizenship will be distinguished from citizenship by naturalization, which I will discuss later in this message, and which can be withdrawn. From a legal perspective, Cameroonian overseas citizenship will be different from Cameroonian national citizenship, also known as Cameroonian citizenship for short. With the exception of the right to vote in national elections or to hold elective and governmental office in Cameroon, and the duties explicitly reserved in the legal framework for national Cameroonian citizens, any overseas Cameroonian citizen will enjoy the same rights and duties as national Cameroonian citizens, including the right of access to identity documents such as the Cameroonian National Identity Card and the Cameroonian passport. It also seems important to me to clarify the concept of Cameroonian citizenship. It will be necessary to distinguish the rules for Cameroonian citizens by birth from the rules for Cameroonian citizens by naturalization. The Cameroonian citizen by birth will be considered to be anyone whose father or mother was a Cameroonian citizen at birth, and only that person. Citizens by birth will not under any circumstance be stripped of their national citizenship against their will. In this spirit, Cameroonian citizens by birth who were forced to abandon their Cameroonian citizenship will be able to regain it if I'm elected. As for people born to non-Cameroonian parents, they will be able to become Cameroonian citizens through naturalization. It will be up to the President of the Republic, and he alone, to grant or reject a naturalization application. The naturalization process itself will be regulated in the Constitution. In addition to the conditions I have just mentioned, the President of the Republic will only naturalize persons following marriage to a Cameroonian national citizen or following a petition from their descendants who are themselves Cameroonian national citizens, or following services rendered to humanity, to Africa, or to its peoples, including those in the African diaspora, or if the person concerned possesses skills sought by the Cameroonian nation. In order to avoid electoral naturalizations, the number of naturalizations will be limited to 10,000 per year. The President of the Republic will have to publish a report every year on naturalizations with statistics under these 4 categories. Cameroonian citizenship by naturalization will not be a right but a privilege of the Cameroonian nation. A person who is a Cameroonian citizen by naturalization could be stripped of his or her nationality in the event of an attack on national security or in the event of a refusal to protect Cameroonian sovereignty within its borders recognized by international law. He or she may only be stripped of this nationality in these cases. Only the President of the Republic will be able to strip a citizen of his or her Cameroonian nationality. I continue my proposals on the institutions of our country in another video message. We can strengthen our institutions and put them to the service of development. Do not be discouraged. Register to vote and do everything you can to vote in October. Join the Cameroon movement on his website, cameroonmovement.net, and let us lead the fight for change peacefully but with determination. Your financial support remains crucial. It consists of making donations to the Cameroon movement through the means available on his website. We'll need a lot of money to mobilize the Cameroonian people and monitor his vote for the liberation of Cameroon. Do not be afraid. Our only true political party is Cameroon. Do not be afraid. Long live free Cameroon. Long live free Africa. Thank you for your kind attention.
C'est la voix de la nation.